how's it going, everybody? So I recently went on a dive with my friend Hunter, and I managed to hit my deepest drop ever, and also shoot some really nice Opelucala, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video. I didn't film an intro at the time, so I'm filming it now. But yeah, so I'm just gonna show you guys that footage. I'm gonna go over some things that I do to hit deeper drops, and things that I learned from other guys that taught me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Before the video starts, make sure if you like my videos, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. You might think you're subscribed, but just double check. It really helps out the channel. I really appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the footage. Alright, here we go, guys. This is one of my first drops on the wreck after a couple of warm-up drops, of course. So I'm taking a long breathe up. Those bubbles over there was scuba divers jumping in the water. But I'm taking a long breathe up because, as you can see, it's deep to the point where you can't really see the wreck. It was also kind of dirty that day, but... So I breathe up nice and long, getting myself relaxed, getting my body relaxed, purging to create a carbon dioxide deficit. And so I'm dropping nice and slow. I'm wasting as little energy as possible. And also another thing that I did for this dive was I took off a bunch of weight from my belt, because the deeper you go, the more negative you get. And basically that means you're heavier in a sense because of the pressure. You don't need as much weight to keep you down. And plus, if you have too much weight, it's going to make it really hard to get back up, and you could black out because you're wasting a lot of energy. So this wreck is pretty deep. The top of it is about 80 feet, and the bottom there, at the bottom of the wreck, that's about 90. So I'm going kind of in between. I'm trying to look inside the windows or whatever those are, so I can see if there's any uluas and stuff, because this wreck is known to be an ulua house. But had no one home today, unfortunately. So right now, my watch clocked this in at about 86 feet. So pretty deep. This is actually deeper than anything I've recorded before. I've gone deeper, just I didn't have a watch on me, so I didn't have it like actually recorded. There's those scuba divers. So 86 feet, the deepest recorded drop that I have is 77, and I just broke that right there. That was 86 feet. So pretty deep drop to start off the dive. And as I'm going up, I'm doing the same thing that I was going down, staying super relaxed, moving as slowly as I can, without, blacking out, of course, just so that I don't waste any oxygen. So here I took another drop on the wreck, and there's a big school of Opelucala swimming right there, and they're all huge, but I let them go because I was still looking for uluas at this point. So I just let them go. I didn't want to shoot one and then bang, and ulua comes out and I miss my shot. But after this, I basically just shot a couple, as you can tell by the thumbnail. Just heading back up. The most important thing when diving these drops, or when going really deep, is staying relaxed, because there's a lot of external factors that can make you kind of panic and second guess yourself, and that'll make your heart rate go faster, and in turn that will make you use more oxygen more quickly. So this drop, this is in about 75 feet. This wreck is the second wreck actually next to the one I just dove on, and it's a little bit shallower, so it's at about 75 feet. And there I see the school of Opelucala again, but again, I'm looking for uluas. So I drop down and I see a possible space for uluas to be. And I'm kind of going down, gonna look inside. One thing too is that the pressure it can make you really uncomfortable because it actually squeezes your lungs, because the air starts to get smaller, it starts to get compressed. So the air in your lungs gets compressed, and it feels like something is squeezing your lungs. It's not painful, but it does feel strange. It is a little uncomfortable. So that's one thing that it can make some people panic. It freaks some people out, makes them overthink, and they lose oxygen. So here, the Opelucala school came in, and I checked in that hole. There was nothing inside, so I just line up on one of these, and then boom, got him. I love shooting Opelucala because they're such a big target, and they actually taste good. I mentioned this in my other video, I think. But yeah, as I was saying, the pressure, because it makes it feel like it's squeezing your lungs. It just makes it can get into your head and make you feel like make you freaked out. It can make you panic, and that excitement and that panic, it's gonna make your heart rate beat. It's gonna make your heart beat faster, and because of that, your heart is a muscle, and any muscle movement, any use of your muscles is gonna make it so that it's gonna make you use more oxygen, and it's gonna make you run out of breath faster. So just a lot of things to think about when diving deep, a lot of things to be careful about when you're diving deep too. So I highly recommend taking a freediving class. I haven't taken one myself, even though I should. But these are just things that I've learned from other divers like Spencer Haskins, and some other really experienced divers that I've had the chance to talk to, and these are things that I picked up diving with them and things that they taught me. So just sharing that knowledge with you guys. So after a while, we were chumming and still nothing came around. So I saw the Opelucala school again, and I was like, maybe I can shoot a bigger one. So I dropped down. As you can see, there's some monsters there, and I see a couple that are lagging a little bit behind, and that one in the middle is just giant. And then boom, got him. At this point, I was kind of just like, I was taking such deep drops and using a lot of energy. It's really tiring to dive deep, unless you do it all the time, which I don't. But it's super tiring, so I was taking these deep drops, and I was just dropping, coming back up with nothing. And so I thought to myself, I don't want to be like wasting energy anymore, wasting drops. So I just decided to shoot some Opelucala because they taste good, taste fine. I do enjoy eating them. I do enjoy shooting them. So I just decided to take a couple, so I'm not wasting my energy anymore to shoot nothing. So after this, I'm just pulling the Opelucala up. He actually got tangled on the wreck for a little, but then he started fighting, and he untangled himself, which was great because I didn't have to dive back down 80 feet to go grab him. So that was nice. But yeah, after this, I actually took my deepest drop ever, I think. Like I said, I didn't have a watch before, so it's possible that I've dove deeper than this, but I highly doubt it. Because you'll see, it was just a really, I actually surprised myself because I didn't even think I could do this. But yeah, this is a bigger of the two Opelucala. I think I weighed this one. He was like 6.5 pounds, 7 pounds, something like that. Really nice fish. It's gonna taste mean on the grill. So here is my deepest drop. So me and Hunter, we actually found these structures at the bottom. They're like these big cages, and Hunter took a drop and he kind of hovered over them at about 60 feet, I would say. And he said that when he was looking down, he could see that inside the cages there was a bunch of uluas and white papillos. So I was like, okay, that's what I've been looking for the whole day. So I'm gonna try and drop all the way down to the bottom. I knew it was deep, I just didn't know how deep, but I was I figured that I could do it. I felt pretty good about my 80 feet drops earlier on the other wreck, so I figured that this was in my capabilities. So I started breathing up, taking a extra long breathe up this time, and then I make my drop. So to recap everything that I was doing earlier, everything that I said earlier, long breathe up, take your time, make sure you're relaxed, do your usual routine, and then when you're dropping, I just like to stay super relaxed, moving as little as possible, and that eventually when you pass a certain point, you don't even have to kick anymore, you just sink. So that's another thing that's pretty important, because you want to use as little oxygen as possible. So right at this point, I'm already just sinking. I'm just gliding down to the bottom and looking in the cage. Some crazy structure here. It was really interesting to see. And then Ulua comes out there. He was probably like 12 pounds maybe. So I start kind of following him. He goes into that cage. I try and get a shot through the cage, but he was a little too far. And then he just takes off out the other end. So this drop was recorded at 92 feet. So that Ulua went into that other cage, and then I tried to find him again. Never saw him again. But this drop was 92 feet. It's my deepest drop ever. And the pressure that you feel at this kind of depth is really something else. If you're not careful about like your mentality and where your thoughts are going, it can really get into your head. But yeah, so super fun dive. So here's a photo I posted on my Instagram story the day of the dive. It's my deepest drop, and yeah, just blown away that I actually dove 90 feet. And next time I'm gonna try hit 100. I'm confident I can do it. I hit 92, and it did feel a little strange, but I still felt good, still felt all right. And yeah, so gonna try and hit 100. But super fun dive, managed to get some nice fish and hit my deepest drop. I hope you guys found those tips helpful. Those were tips that definitely helped me out when I was first learning how to take deep drops. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the outro. Alright guys, we are back from the dive. We got rained out and there's possibly a thunderstorm coming in, so we didn't get as much fish as we wanted to, and not really the target species, but we did still get some nice fish. Two gigantic Pelucala. There's one, and then here's the other one. Just look at the gut on it. But yeah, two really nice Kala. Don't know how I'm gonna cook it yet, but I'm sure it'll taste mean. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Had a really nice dive. Didn't get the target species, didn't get the uluas that I wanted, but still got some really nice Pelucala that are going to taste really nice on the grill. So I'm excited to eat those. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Managed to hit my deepest drop at 92 feet. Super stoked about that. I've been working hard at it for a while now, and I finally was able to reach a deep depth, break my personal record that I had recorded. But yeah, so I hope you guys found those tips helpful. I learned those things from experienced divers like Spencer Haskins and some other guys that I had a chance to dive with, who have taken free diving classes or have run free diving classes, or just have been diving for a really long time and can go really deep. And I just thought I would share that knowledge with you guys. Any of you who are trying to hit those deep drops and improve your diving, go deeper, shoot bigger fish. I hope this helped. I hope this helped you. Any of you who are trying to push yourself and get better. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if this helped you guys out, and if you want more videos like that about like tips and tricks of how I improved my diving and things that I learned from other guys who are really experienced. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Shoot!